Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Nvidia report for Monday, July 14th, 2025. Let's take a look at the big picture, and that was a settlement 3 weeks ago above the 149.99 one-year channel top that set up 176.14 as I've set a 2 to 3 month target. I've also said it could be sooner. It could be 3 to 5 weeks. We're 3 weeks into it and probably 60 to 70% of the way to reaching our objective at 176.14. On the daily chart, the same structure comes in at 175.84, which explains the two numbers up here that, if tested this week, for instance, can contain buying through the rest of the third quarter and perhaps even the rest of the year. We would enter a secondary, actually a more pronounced long-term buy signal that should play out well into next year if we were, over the coming weeks, to close any week that is a Friday afternoon settlement above 176.14, but there's no need to go into that just yet. So 149.99 is a base of support that, if tested, it is part of a range now that begins actually at 153.67, and you can see it kind of laid out here pretty well. In fact, this covers our week ahead, really. 159.65, if tested over the next few days, can contain weekly selling pressures. This is in itself a 2-week channel bottom that you can actually see more isolated here. That, if tested, can contain weekly selling pressures. It is a 2-week roughly structure, better part of 3 weeks, able to contain weekly lows, and from here we can round up to new highs again. I'm going to say that holding above 159.65, 175.84 is likely over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Now, for the day itself, I don't show it, excuse me, but there is an even nearer term 1 week channel bottom inside of this structure today at 162.55 that can contain intraday, quite possibly daily selling pressures. And from here we can round up. Now, we did almost test last Friday the 169.37 trend line, just a simple trend line across a series of highs that have played out since that significant April low. And so it remains able to contain daily buying pressures. But, we did come close to testing it. So there is a certain case to be made for downward retracement short term, like over the next day or two, perhaps to 159.65. I don't expect to see 159.65 unless we break 162.55. And if we do break 162.55 today, I do see 159.65 as an intraday target. And so on a day trade basis, I think you can bottom pick 162.55. I don't know if we'll see 169.37 on a day trade basis above 162.65, but it is certainly possible. I think over the next day or two, holding above 162.65. And if you want to sort of etch this in your mind as a session containment level, I don't have a problem with that. It's just that we came so close to testing this area. While it's not significant, I think after having come close, or essentially testing it by pushing so close to it, that you need to give the market a little breathing room to the downside, which is why I've lightened up on 162.55. Can contain intraday, possibly daily selling pressure. So day traders can trade 162.55, and 2 to 3 day swing traders might enter a long position here, because if we do not close above 162.55, it does maintain bullish momentum that sort of woke up late last week. 169.37 in reach over the next day or two, where we can tap out for a day or two. And if we close today above 169.37, we're just 3 to 5 days now from reaching our overall objective at 175.84, which is on the weekly chart 176.14, where I think if you've been long for the last 3 weeks, the last 3 to 5 days, whatever the case may be, I think all long positions can be sold there as a profit, because this is an area that is significant. Can contain buying on a quarterly, possibly through the rest of the year basis. Can you play the short side at 176.14? I think you can. Some people don't like to sell a strong market, and I can see that. And so you would then wait for a sell signal. Once we test 176.14, you would wait for lower price activity, some form of a sell signal. It could be, for instance, below some formation, some variation of the 159.65 formation or the 153.67 formation, whatever the case may be. I'll leave that to you, but we'll definitely nuance all that as we move through time once we test, if we test, the 176.14 formation.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and Nvidia, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
So let's continue with the downside. I've already mentioned that if we break 162.55 today, 159.65 in reach, where a weekly low can be placed, and that 159.65 is, really kind of a 2 to 3 week buy opportunity, unless we close below it. But as long as we do not, this is your sort of 2 week support where you can go long. Day traders can go long here. 3 to 5 day swing traders can go long here, anticipating upward rotation back to 169.37, and 2 to 3 week swing traders can go long here at 159.65, anticipating this mid 170s longer term objective. Now, I don't expect it today. I don't know what might happen that could inspire, if you will, a settlement below 159.65, but it is certainly possible. And if so, we really only enter kind of a 1 to 3 day sell signal under present volatility. And then we test 153.67, which I still have. This is a 6 week channel bottom roughly. I still have as part of a range down to 149.99. Now over time, as this begins to continue higher, and it will, and this longer term channel bottom continues higher, it will be 149.99 down to 142.59. That will be our range of significant support. Once again, 149.99 is the 1 year channel top that we settled below, or above rather, 3 weeks ago. It is dropping at an ever so gradual basis. And this extreme channel bottom, this 3.5 month channel bottom at 142.59 is climbing. 149.99 is dropping gradually. Over the next couple of weeks, they converge entirely. So, this is kind of day by day, we kind of shift our focus just a little bit. A 159.65 solid pullback support. But if we close below 159.65, if you are a 3 to 5 day swing trader, and that is the category I really want to talk to, I don't see a good reason to stay long overnight. In fact, if we close below 159.65, I think you can play the short side over the following day or two to 153.67, which is at this point in time the beginning of a widening zone of support down to 149.99 that can absorb selling through the month of August, and above which the mid 170s remain a 2 to 3 month target that may be realized much sooner than that. Now, as we continue, it is a settlement below 149.99 that sets up 142.59. And over the next week or so, this is going to change a little bit. 153.67 will be a support level unto itself, sort of decoupled, if you will, from 149.99. And what we will couple with 149.99 is this low, soon to be mid, and then eventually within the next week and a half, upper 140s where it will converge with 149.99. Over time, between now and say the end of August, it would be a settlement below this rising channel bottom in combination with a settlement below 149.99 that would shift our focus back into the bearish column as we move, through August and into September. But we're a long way from that right now. We're still anticipating 176.14, and we should see that over the next 2 to 3 weeks above 159.65. Please check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. We offered 2 stock picks last week, 1 the previous week, a short week, July 4th, but we do 2 every week. And we've been quite accurate the last couple, 2-3 months in our buy signals. We're very careful in what we filter and what we look for. We're always looking for at least 20% moves. We're always looking for, these classic buy signals, these channel structures that are violated. We give the exact parameters in which to buy them. We give you the target, and we continue to nuance that through time. So we update you on these levels every single week. We update you on the recommended stop loss, what the objectives are. They are moving targets. So check out wickedstocks.com. We offer this all for free for 5 days. We also will provide you with that 5-day free trial our standard daily triple Q and daily SPY analysis. Every single day you get the indexes. I wouldn't personally trade or day trade or swing trade Nvidia without also having at least some sense of what the triple Q, that is the NASDAQ 100, is also up to in terms of its longer term parameters. As it turns out, this buy signal above 149.99 coincided with a buy signal in the triple Q, more assuring to then go long because the index is also supporting that trade. So check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of that 5-day free trial. I will be back, of course, tomorrow with Tuesday's NVIDIA. You have a great day.